to this mess. Let's talk about Sean Kingston, who I think him and his mom about to go to jail because they've been found guilty of being fraudsters and stealing a lot of money. So yeah, let's get into this mess. So Kingston, who's 35, and Turner, his mother, um, well, I don't know her first name. It don't say it up in the article. But anyway, so yeah, Kingston and his mama, who is 62, stood accused of defrauding a jewelry business, a luxury bed company, a used luxury and exotic car dealership, and a luxury micro-LED TV company since October of 2023. I'm like, God damn, y'all were busy. Now a jury has convicted both of them of all 5 charges leveled against them, with each of them potentially facing up to 20 years in the clink. The Beautiful Girls hitmaker, he is a one-hit wonder, by the way, is said to have, oh wait, didn't he do that Fire Burning song? So he's like, somebody called 911. Yeah, so he a 2-hit wonder. Is said to have wept in court when, well, do the crime, you do the time. That's what my mama always told me. So beautiful crimes beautiful crimes. The Beautiful Girls hitmaker is said to have wept in court when the verdict was announced, according to a report in TMZ. Now, when Turner was escorted from the courtroom and remanded into custody, Kingston allegedly pleaded with the U.S. Marshals to protect my mother. Well, where was the protection when y'all was out here stealing all them damn people money? And child, if you want to see a hairline that go back farther than George Jefferson and Stephen A. Smith combined, let's look at their mama mugshot. Where's her hair? Your hairline is all the way in the back of your head. And what's she gonna protect? First of all, she looked like she giving Bulldog a tease. She might do just fine behind bars. Now, they said that Kingston will remain in home detention until he and Turner are sentenced on July 11th, while she remains in custody because the judge regards her as a flight risk. So he gets to do home detention while she behind bars. Where they do that at? And he'll probably be around saying, oh, well, because mama orchestrated the whole situation. I don't believe that. First of all, he a grown-ass man. This is not like some little kid that did some ish. He's 35. He's in his mid-30s. You know better around that time. And to me, it's giving, you had a little moment in the spotlight of the music business. You had your little hits, 1 or 2-hit wonder. And you wanted to keep that pomp and circumstance, that illusion that you doing well, you want to keep it going. So now you out here defrauding people out of millions of dollars and it caught up with you. And that's how the government gets you. They don't wait until you do like $100, $200, $300, $400. That ain't nothing. That's crumbs. They wait till you get over into the hundreds of thousands. Then it's like, okay, we're going to pounce on this MFer. And now we got something on you. They want you to hit the big leagues before they pounce on you. So now, both Kingston and his mother pleaded not guilty to the charges against them last August during an arraignment hearing before Bulwark Circuit Judge Ernest Calra. Kingston was originally arrested in May when last met in Fort Irwin, an Army training base in California's Mojave Desert, where he was performing on a warrant issued by the Broward Sheriff's Office. Can you imagine I'm in the middle of performing in a concert and they come up and put my ass in handcuffs? That would be so embarrassing. Meanwhile, so I said, shit, somebody called 911 on his ass, literally. Now, meanwhile, Turner was arrested on the same day after a SWAT team, was it Jamal Boy the one that did it? Raided the singer's rented mansion in Southwest Ranches. Now, that's another thing. How y'all got all this money that y'all was stealing, but you renting a mansion? I'd at least bought it. But maybe if you buy, then it makes people even more suspicious. Or they be able to, there might be some documentation type of situation that will go on with that. I don't know. So yeah, they said warrants allege they stole money, $480,000 worth of jewelry, a $160,000 Cadillac Escalade, and furniture. Kingston's counsel defended him on the grounds that he was a child who did not understand his finances. Get out of here. First of all, I know he looked like he got a little baby face. Well, not in this picture. He looked like he's slow in this picture. But there, I get we get baby face tees, but you 35. Last time I checked, 21 was grown. I could understand if maybe you could push it like it's 24, 25 because your brain, I mean, your frontal lobe hasn't fully developed until you in your mid 20s for males. But you got a full 10 extra years on top of that 25. So you know better. So for this attorney to come up in here and say that fool, okay, let's go back to this horrible picture because it's funny. Ooh, girl, her eyebrows is drawn on. I didn't notice it, and I can see like if you look up here, none of the like it's a look like she got strands of hair. Like, ma'am, you should have just got rid of whatever's left and just kept the wigs on. But I understand when you get locked up, they make you take everything off. You gotta take your wigs off. You gotta take your jewelry. You can't wear nothing. So I don't know. It's kind of like with Tory Lanez or that Beijing that he had put in his head because you know his hairline is receding. He can't be wearing that up in jail unless they do a Francois Sagat and do a whole Caesar tattoo. That's the only way that he's gonna be able to get with, covering up that bald spot. And maybe she need to do the same thing. Or maybe they'll give her something to put on top of her head when she's behind bars. I don't know. Are women allowed to wear wigs in jail? I don't know. I ain't never been to federal prison. So let me know. I've been locked up for a weekend for assault, but I ain't never been to jail as in prison, as in federal prison. So now, they said the Jamaican American performer had a #1 hit with the track Beautiful Girls in 2007 and collaborated with the Bieber, who I heard is going a downward mental spiral his damn self, on the 2010 song Eeny Meeny. Y'all talking about that? So they said Kingston's counsel defended him on the grounds of it as he was a child, while the judge described his mother as a fixer and the nerve center for the criminal enterprise. So what they're going to say is the mother was the one that came up with this damn scheme, and Sean was just in on it because, that's my mother. So I'm going to get a little piece of what's going on. And him being a celebrity, that still was able for them to kind of maneuver and her to do her little criminal activities. So they said that he was already on 2 years probation for trafficking stolen property before his arrest. I do remember that story. Now, according to federal court records, his mother pleaded guilty in 2006 to bank fraud for stealing over 160,000 and served nearly 1.5 years in prison. Now the dummy gonna go back. The two have also been sued by various businesses. In 2015, a seller of customized watches successfully sued Kingston and his mother in a New York City federal court for $356,000 after they failed to pay. In 2018, a New York jeweler successfully sued them for $301,000 after they scammed the store out of 9 items. More recently, a Florida entertainment systems company sued Kingston in February, saying they failed to pay $120,000 of a $150,000 bill for a 232-inch TV. What the fuck do you need with something that size? A 232-inch. Well, I guess because Sean is huge, he needs something that big to look at. So they said a 232-inch television it installed in his home. The TV is approximately 17 feet by 9.5 feet and covers a wall. The singer, so now y'all been here talking about stage names. His name is Kassan Paul Anderson. In Miami, he was born in 1990. In his youth, he moved with his family to Jamaica before returning to Florida in his teenage years for high school. Well, I thought they like all that scheming and scamming down in Florida. So he was fitting right in. Now, in the late 2000s, Kingston was one of the biggest names in hip hop thanks to his collaborations with Justin Bieber, Dr. Dre, and Nicki Minaj. But his star had fallen somewhat since then, and he's been without a major label release in more than a decade. His 2022 album, Road to Deliverance, failed the chart because he was a one-hit wonder. Like, when we heard Beautiful Girls, which of course contained a sample of Stand By Me by Benny King, that was like his one big hit. And then he would appear on other people's songs. He was like a guest singer or whatever the case was. They keep saying rapper. But I'm like, where does Sean Kingston rap? I don't know. I don't listen to his music like that, but I could have sworn I've always heard him kind of like sing talk on stuff. And he became moderately successful. But he reminds me of like a Flow Rider or even a Jason Derulo, like somebody who's just there, but y'all music gets around, but nobody's really listening to it. It's just they play it in Target. So that's what his music kind of gave me. I never really looked at a Sean Kingston like, oh yeah, he's that dude. Like everybody cares. Like he was just mid to me. Like he was just not one of those artists that really stood out during the time of like, because when he came out, it was like Gaga was popping, Kesha was popping, like a lot of the girlies was going, and we was living for them. So we wasn't really living for Sean Kingston. First of all, I would be more or less listening to Jay Sean. Remember him? Before I would listen to some damn Sean Kingston. But anyway, that's all we got on this story. This is a hot ass mess. But I'm like, damn, this is what y'all were doing out here, lying, scheming, and double dealing. Lying, stealing, and double dealing. I should have said that's the lyrics of the song. So yeah, I want to hear from y'all. What do you think of this mess that's going on between Sean Kingston and his trifling ass mama out here stealing people money, and now they're about to allegedly get 2 decades in jail? Now I know he need to do some shit. He need to do some damn time behind bars. Not no damn house arrest. Get out of here with that. So what about all that big old TV and all that other stuff they were stealing? Like you get to sit and luxuriate in the house while and on house arrest while your mother does hard time. Like no, they both need to do the time since they did the crime together. So unless you're willing to take the fall for his behind, but you still fall off the ways. Like nobody's going to give you a gig in the entertainment industry after all that mess. So I definitely want to hear from y'all. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.